All right. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? It's me, the one and only Dark Lord 100, aka Double KK Double, right here on the First GenXers Twitch channel. And I am here with two gentlemen you guys probably know well. The one and only Saint is below me. What's up, brother?
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good with the planet Earth? What's cracking?
And the
That's
man.
good.
And the man with all the stories from nowhere, the Brian Windhorst of our show, the one and only Rune Scryer, otherwise known as Dave from the night shift. What's up, brother?
Yo, how's it going?
All right, so let's make this happen today, fellas. This week on the Cheap Pop, we're going to open up talking a little music. If you guys listen to it, then now would be a good time to tune in. All right, because thanks to the Brian Windhorse here. For those of you who don't know who Brian Windhorse is, he's like the insider guy for ESPN. Always gives them the random stories. And this week, Dave has brought us one from the one, the only Ice T.
Yep.
As he allowed me to have the pleasure of listening to this a couple minutes before the show. Ice T and his group Body Count. For those of you who don't remember, I forget the name of the song. Damn. It came out in the early '90s. Like they were got in hella trouble for it. Like it was like,
Cop killer.
yeah, cop killer, yeah. But they've now jumped into the more solemn and real, and given us a remake of Pink Floyd's "Comfortably Numb." Who did you say was the from the original Pink Floyd that actually worked with them?
David Gilmour, the
Yeah.
singer, songwriter, and guitarist for
So
Pink Floyd,
Okay.
the man.
my
So
man.
yeah, so this was this is a collaboration, and you know it's Ice T.
Yeah.
He don't go any other way but hard.
Right.
And yeah, these lyrics are full frontal Ice T hard
Nice.
with
Okay.
There they are.
great guitars. David Gilmour backing him and doing backing vocals in there. And this just got released, like I think Friday. Um, and yeah, it is fantastic. It is an awesome mashup,
Yeah.
Okay.
awesome collaboration in there. And yeah,
I will say it like this. I liked it. I like what I heard big time. But I don't know if I would put it on par with something like. It was definitely a good remake, like because this is like and just to clarify, for talking to our general audience, for those of you who don't know, there is a true difference between a remix and a remake. Um,
right.
a remake
This
has
isn't
go ahead.
yeah, this isn't Puffy sampling Led Zeppelin for the Godzilla soundtrack. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, we try not to speak about
the
Diddy.
diddler,
Don't do it.
the dilly
No,
dilly
no,
dilly dilly diddler.
no, no, no. There will be
uh,
I
none of
just
that fuck. There will
I
be
was
none
just
of that fuckery
yeah.
on this show today. Fuck
I
all
just
that.
put that out there.
No.
All right,
No,
but
nope.
no, but yeah, no. But I would definitely say it as much as I loved it, and I did love it. Um, I would say that. Sorry, folks, if I seem distracted, the Niners Rams game is on in the background as well. Well, I'll say, but but to me, the top like Pink Floyd remake to this date is actually Wyclef Jean's "Wish You Were Here."
Mhm.
If you ever heard it, like if you haven't heard it, please go to Spotify, listen to it right now. Like it is an amazing remake of that song that stays so true to the original that like
Mhm.
again, I tell the same story over and over and over again. I had a friend of mine named Steve. The guy was like the biggest Pink Floyd fan I ever knew. Like owned all their albums, knew all every track, like the name when it came out, all that. Was biggest Pink Floyd fan. I let him listen to it, and he was just like, "I have nothing to say. That was amazing." And I'm
Mhm.
like,
Okay.
Wyclef's pretty good with doing that, with staying true to the original material while remixing or remaking it into his own. But yeah, that to me is the best like Pink Floyd remake. And then this would kind of be tied with the Corn Another Brick in the Wall that they did.
Mhm.
That was a really good remake of a Pink Floyd song as well. Saint,
Yeah,
you were gonna say something?
Oh no,
No.
I
yeah,
no 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 words. Cause see, I haven't heard. I hadn't got a chance to. Haven't had the opportunity to listen to the song, so
right.
I really can't speak on it.
For sure.
Yeah, but
But
you know,
oh no no,
it's great in that it completely re-envisions
Hmm.
the meaning of comfortably numb.
Yeah.
It takes it from the trippy, you know, drug world of rock and roll
Yeah.
into, yeah, we're all comfortably numb
Yeah.
to the suffering that's around us every day now.
One
And
hundred percent.
and that's from social media, from TV, from everything. And it's just a genius reinvention of, while staying true to the lyrics and music too.
Very much so. Very much
you
so.
know what? I will say this though. Once again, this is another love letter. Generation X. I told y'all
Yeah.
see we like all of and see Ice T. That's another one. That's another one.
Yep. He's
Says that yeah.
we ain't gone
You
yet.
get
We ain't gone
new,
yet.
new
And
kids
and
are,
and look, and Ice T and technically Ice T is technically a boomer. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
A
By
very
age.
young, yeah, a very young boomer.
Yeah.
But but he's still relevant to this music. I mean, hell, he's been on the last what 26 years on Law and Order,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
That's
he can
that's the thing.
still and he's still out there, just like he's still out there cracking. He did a song with Tretch and fucking oh my god, my name Buckshot. He just did a song with they just did a song called damn, I can't think of it right now, but man, it's this
Yeah,
is where it's coming from.
Yep.
yeah, it,
I'm loving every single minute of it.
yeah. I mean, all the new kids are like, Ice T. You mean Finn from Law and Order?
Yep.
And they don't know Cop Killer. They don't know Colors.
If you don't know that Finn can flow, that's on you, bro. Ha
Nah, I'm
ha.
sorry, but for me, 6 in the morning,
Yeah.
6 in the morning, that will always for me resonate with me with Ice T because that is the song that I was actually introduced to. I mean, he did that little shit with Breaking
Yeah.
because he was in Breaking too,
Yep.
Mhm.
but um 6 in the morning, shit.
100%, man. 100%. All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
So we're gonna move from that to something that some would consider childish, but we here at the Cheap Pop Podcast, nothing is beneath us. No, I'm messing with you. Anyway, Dave brought a solid story about Transformers One that you were telling us
yeah,
about. That you were telling me about.
yeah. Transformers One, the new animated Transformers movie that just hit the theaters, and no spoilers, no reviews. This is just talking about the end credit sequences in there, and they put in two credit sequences, one just before the credits
Mm,
and the other one mid credits.
okay.
That really is, it's an interesting retcon.
Okay.
Now, some Gen X's might not like it, some may. I'm kind of like on the fence about it, but basically at the end of the movie, Autobots and Decepticons have, Optimus and Megatron have taken their respective factions, broken apart, um, and at the end of the movie, Optimus Prime, uh, voiced by Chris Hemsworth, um, he gives this rousing
Yeah.
speech.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, Hemsworth. He's giving this rousing speech to his troops, saying that they are going to dedicate their purpose to the freedom and autonomy of all peoples, hence Autobots.
Okay.
Mid credits, we see Megatron with Starscream. Starscream apparently voiced by Steve Buscemi.
All right. I definitely got to go see this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, and Megatron being voiced by Brian Tyree Henry.
Okay.
Say
Bumble,
what?
yeah, Brian Tyree Henry voicing Megatron.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and getting back to the Autobots, Bumblebee voiced by Keegan Michael Key.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
My
Yeah,
dog.
I can see that. I
yeah.
can see that.
But getting back to the Decepticons, Megatron's given his speech to his troops, and the whole film is about disillusionment with um, Primus, the god of the Transformers,
Mm.
the one who created them and everything. And it's this disillusionment, and Megatron basically pulls out the we have been the victims of a great deception, and we will never be deceived again. And that's where we're getting Decepticons from.
Ha! Nice.
Yeah.
That's a
Nice.
nice ass. Okay, so you know what? So okay, so if it, so what happens with Unicron then? Will there is
I
there?
don't think he comes in at all in there. It's just basically about the origin of Optimus Prime and Megatron, how these two friends, Orion Pax and I think D12, um, how they're friends, and then they go through this epic journey, and they both uncover the secrets of their race and the lies that had been told, and they have the ideological split where you know Optimus refuses to he wants to fight for everyone's freedom
Right.
because you know the Cybertronians are slaves at this point.
Yeah.
And so Megatron wants
Uh,
to control the system in there and just burn everything down.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
okay,
All right.
all right, real quick. I want to go ahead and give a shout out, and I'm sorry about that, folks. I guess we kind of got caught up in a conversation. I want to go ahead and give a proper shout out to the one and only Trish 1121. Thank you, Miss. Good to see you. Glad you came through. And Poe Politicking, part of the Wing team. You already know what it is. I definitely appreciate you for tapping in and so forth and so on. All right. And
Okay,
thank you.
so
All right.
yeah, so
Continuing on.
here is the voice list for Transformers One:
Mm.
Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax, Brian Tyree Henry as D16 slash Megatron, Scarlett Johansson as Alita One,
Okay. Okay.
Keegan Michael Key as B127 Bumblebee, Steve Buscemi as Starscream, Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Gonna have to go see this.
John Hamm as Sentinel Prime.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Uh, James Remar, Zeta Prime.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Say less. Say
Okay.
less. Say
okay.
less. Leave a couple of surprises in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say less.
Right on.
Say
Yeah.
less.
Right on.
Because James Remar, that's
Dexter's
I had
dad.
well not just that. It's just we're talking
The
about
Warriors.
the second rating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and of course, we talked about the Taylor in the Black Lightning series. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I forgot that.
yeah. So
All
yeah.
right.
I'm for
All
that.
right. All right. So I'm gonna stop us there on the Transformer one. We'll get to that soon. I'm actually planning on probably going to see that by next
Okay.
weekend, maybe next Saturday, um,
Uh,
but or Friday night. All right. So
going
here's
to
what's up.
the next. Going to the next voices news.
Well, actually, save it for pop culture corner, and I got a
Yeah.
couple of things for you guys as well. So, as y'all know, we open up everyone hot, and I think this one's opening up real hot. So we're gonna jump right into pop culture corner, where we talk everything Marvel, DC, comic, movie, TV, etc. And Dave, I will hold my thoughts and allow you to kick us off with this week's pop culture corner and more voice news.
Yes. All right. And we are all still grieving the loss of the great one, James Earl Jones.
Mufasa. Ooh.
Not just an incredible actor for his voice, but just an incredible actor, period.
Right.
I mean, just seriously, go. If you just think of James Earl Jones as Darth Vader, as Mufasa, as the voice of CNN, go
No.
watch, go watch The Great White Hope right
Yeah.
freaking now.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's pretty amazing.
right. But word just came out that prior to his death,
Oh yes.
James Earl Jones licensed his voice to Disney to
Yep.
use in perpetuity as the voice of Darth Vader, with royalties being paid to the estate and his family. So
Nice.
this is getting into a use of AI that I'm kind of about, but we are going to have Darth Vader's voice forever.
Nice. And it will be Earl Jones. Like,
James Earl
Yeah,
Jones
because
yeah.
can't
forever.
can't nobody that's like what you call it playing Han Solo. You know,
Aaron,
you took
I
a shot.
understand.
Yeah, you took a shot, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Iconic characters, you yeah,
right.
yeah.
Which,
And I mean, and I love Sean Patrick Flannery, as as Indiana Jones,
yeah, as
but
young Indy, yeah,
that
Teen
still
Indy, yeah,
didn't cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't.
yeah.
No,
All right.
yeah,
Um, but getting back to referencing our previous bit on Transformers, I think that the only other person that we really need to extend this to would be Peter Cullen,
Yeah.
licensing out the voice for Optimus Prime and dozens of other characters that he's had over the years. But
Yep.
yeah, um,
All
yeah.
right.
That would be
That would
yeah.
be awesome.
I don't see anybody else. Yeah, I don't see anybody else like with those two roles, and especially the voice of the one of the original voices of Voltron,
Yeah.
yeah,
um, and Optimus Prime. I mean,
and Venger.
who else can do it? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
no disrespect to Chris Hemsworth. I
Yeah.
mean,
None at
I'm
all.
sure he gave it a fantastic job. Like I said, I haven't seen the film yet, but
It's
you're
yeah.
you're not. It's like following like Sir Laurence Olivier as Hamlet.
Right. Right. There ain't no doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
or
So
following Kevin Conroy as Batman.
yes.
very true.
Although full props to Diedrich Bader,
Did a decent job. Yeah.
he has and
No, yeah,
he's continued to do a decent job because he is the voice of Batman in the Harley Quinn universe,
Mm.
yeah.
uh, and he's been knocking it out of the park with that. I don't think that he is the voice of Batman in Cape Crusader,
Uh-huh.
but that is still a decent job
Yeah.
in there.
All right.
I mean, I like Bruce Greenwood too, though. So
Bruce Greenwood, yeah, he was fantastic in Young Justice.
All right. All right. So
And
I'm gonna move this.
that does remind me. I also had some Harley Quinn verse news coming up,
Okay.
but continuing.
Okay. Continuing. All right. So been holding this one back for a couple minutes here, but basically, if any of you have seen Deadpool and Wolverine, for those of you who don't, this isn't a spoiler. You've actually seen this scene in multiple different references to Deadpool and Wolverine, and also in multiple trailers. But there's a scene in which they fall out of the sky. Some people are standing there, and one of the people goes, "Is that Wolverine?" And Deadpool jokingly looks at the kid and goes, "Yeah, they're gonna make him do this till he's 90." Right? Now, that joke being said, becomes a lot less funny when you think about the news that Disney just announced that, yep, a Hulk versus Wolverine movie is in development at Marvel Studios with Hugh
Okay, wait, wait,
Jackman
wait, wait.
playing Wolverine. So they literally are gonna make this man play Wolverine
So,
till he is 90.
so wait a minute, hold on. So you mean to tell me that they're gonna let this man keep running Wolverine until he's, well, I mean, I guess he would technically be old man Wolverine, but damn,
He gonna turn
Yep.
into the real life old man Logan.
Yep.
Yep. They
Um,
man, that's some, I don't know, man. I mean,
as,
it was
as lo-
good for him to come out. I mean, I'm
yeah,
feeling the same way about. That's like feeling the same way about Blade. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Hugh Jackman is like getting close to 60, if not 60 already.
yeah.
And
Well,
yeah, no, man. Like we need to try to get somebody else younger to
here,
right.
take on that role.
here's the problem. He's probably one of the fittest 60-year-olds you'll ever meet. And B,
True.
there's nobody like the best route that they could go would be to eventually, within the next few movies, eliminate the Wolverine character and replace him with X-23. Like
Right.
that would be their only option because there is nobody
Daphne
else.
King, yeah.
Yeah, there is
But
nobody else who's gonna fit the look, the way
uh,
like
Yeah.
Henry Cavill maybe, but like there is nobody that's gonna fit the look the way Hugh Jackman did. So it'd be best just to slowly fade the character away and just replace him with a character with similar powers. That would be X-23.
now, interestingly enough, you want to talk about fit old men?
Yeah,
J.K. Simmons
yeah,
getting ripped for
yeah.
that Santa Claus movie,
Uh,
and the reverse. Batista,
oh my
Dave
God.
Batista, Drax, losing something like what, 25, 50 pounds of muscle
Oh yeah.
for his new role.
Oh yeah.
Dude looks, dude is skinny.
Like
And
like it looks weird. It looks like he has a big head. Like
yeah,
no offense, but it does. Like it looks like he has this big head and this like skinny
yeah,
little body.
it's
At least you can see
Batista.
his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
just
it's
No, no,
it's
really.
Batista's it's Batista's head on Rey Mysterio Jr.'s body.
Yes. Yes. Like just man. Like and don't get me wrong. Like it's just
He looks great, but
for
it's
yeah, but like for years of seeing him as this like
right.
dude, like it's weird to see him all like he's basically about as big as me now.
Yeah,
Like I don't know if he weighs the same as I do. I don't know if he's in that 240, 250 range, but it looks like Batista's head, big Batista head on my body. Now, for
yeah.
those of you who don't know, I've lost like 60 pounds over the past couple of years.
yeah,
Like, but like, yeah, like, dude's like trim, looking good, but
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
like,
But yeah, I absolutely agree with you that um, going forward they need to switch to X-23,
yeah,
especially since Daphne King absolutely nailed the role in Logan.
yeah.
She is fantastic in there. Um,
But
you
I,
know,
but I will say this backs up this Deadpool and Wolverine, or not Deadpool, but Wolverine and Hulk. And
hmm
I wonder if Mark Ruffalo's coming back as Hulk.
that's my all-in point
Uh,
right
but
there.
this Wolverine and Hulk movie pretty much confirms what I've been saying. Disney doesn't sign you to one-offs. Like if they bring you back, they're bringing you back for more than one movie. Just like people are talking about
Yeah,
RDJ's back. Yeah, I can guarantee you he's back as multiple movies as Doctor Doom. They said ScarJo is going to be back for what was it, Armor Wars,
As
or not Armor Wars,
yeah,
but Secret Wars.
Well,
So
I
like
mean,
I'm telling you, she's going to be back for more than
I
one
mean it.
movie. Like
Well, I mean, what you call it came back. What you call it came back for this Captain America movie, and he was in. He the only movie he was in was in the original Incredible Hulk,
who?
the one Samuel Stearns,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
leader.
yeah.
Yeah,
Leader, yeah. He was
yeah.
in the
He was
he
in
was
the
in
first. He was in the Hulk movie, in the
Yeah,
one with
the
Edward Norton.
Ed Norton Hulk movie, yeah.
right.
Which hey, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same here. Like hold on, there we go.
I mean,
But yeah,
Hulk without leader, that's like Spider-Man without Green Goblin.
you know, you know, true, true.
Yeah, and yet you have a Red Hulk with a leader. I don't
Hey,
No,
know.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of looking forward to this Venom movie that's going to be coming out, the third Venom movie. I like Let There Be Carnage. Like I thought Woody
I
Harrelson did a
just
pretty good job as Carnage.
yeah, I think so too. But you know, it's just Venom ain't my jam, and
Fair enough.
so it's just never really gonna be my jam. So okay, sure, whatever. Happy for everyone. Just
Well, I will
not
be
my.
happy if he actually does. There's rumors that the Venom character that Eddie Brock was going to show up in the fourth Spider-Man, his fourth Tom Holland movie.
Mhm.
That's what
Right.
that the last scene, even though it may not necessarily be Tom Hardy that plays him, like in
Mhm.
the Venom movies, like in the Sony Venom movies, we will have a Venom by the fourth movie because if you remember, even though Eddie Brock, uh, T- Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock was sucked back to his universe at the end of Far From Home. He left a little piece of that Venom symbiote here in
Yeah.
the MCU.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that will either find a new person or it'll find some kind of its own Eddie Brock or this universe's Eddie Brock,
Yeah.
and we'll get we'll get Venom in the MCU. But
Mhm.
but yeah, no, I'm a bit. I was. I can't say I'm a huge Venom fan, but I was a huge fan of the first movie, and I'm a huge Tom Hardy fan. Like
Yeah.
I
Now
like the
that
first
the
movie.
first movie was excellent.
Yeah. So Let There Be Carnage. Like I said, it wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it. Uh, and then I'm looking forward to see what they do with this and how they close this out because I'm assuming this will probably be Tom Hardy's uh, Tom Hardy's last time as Venom. Like this will be his last
Right.
movie. I doubt we're going to see a fourth and fifth Venom movie.
No.
Or a second
Uh-uh.
Morbius movie, but that was just a shot at Sony. So, but and that made me sad because I was actually a huge fan of the Morbius comic books and was really looking forward to that movie.
Yeah.
Look,
But
Um.
listen. I couldn't even listen. I couldn't even make it 30 minutes. No, I'll tell you this. True story.
hmm,
I made it maybe 35 minutes into Madam Web, and the only reason there was still a little bit of interest in that one
hmm,
was because um, Ben Parker
yeah,
was in that.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, yeah. Ben Parker was the other EMT that
Right.
was in the movie, but it's like that other Spider-Man, and then I seen how it was going, and then I was like, nah,
All right.
nah, it
Yeah.
just
Uh.
didn't work.
So and
Spider
before
Verse
we
movies are Spider Verse movies. All of them are sucking. Now
yeah.
we have Craven coming.
Yes.
No, no.
Sony's motto: snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
I thought that was
Yeah.
WB's model.
it's it's any media corporation's motto.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
All right,
um,
go ahead.
yeah, but more comic news once we're leaving this topic.
Okay.
So,
Well, no, yeah, go for it. Like,
okay,
I only got
all
one more
right,
topic for us for this, and we still got about another 10 minutes. So,
okay.
Okay.
So, gentlemen, we are gathered here 4 out of 40
not
for
40.
Deadpool. Marvel
For
Comics
who?
for Deadpool. Marvel Comics has killed off Deadpool in the comics.
What? No way.
They,
My
they
daughter's
put him
gonna
in
have
a
her heart broken to hear that.
they put him in a plasma incinerator, magicked it, and turned him into ash.
Ain't no coming back from that.
So
But
so 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 he's really about to go on ahead and
oh, he's comic book dead right now. As of
oh,
this
that's
month,
some
he's
fuckery right there,
yeah.
bro.
But the Deadpool legacy lives on.
In the
With
movies, I'm sure.
no, in the comics with Wade's daughter Ellie.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Okay. So you're gonna get baby Deadpool or kid Deadpool turned into adult
Yep.
Deadpool, huh? All
Yep.
right. Right on. Right on.
Yeah, well, next generation, the next generation of heroes, I don't know. It's some I'm with, and it's just some of them like, or some of them have like bad ideas, but
Yeah. Oh, bad. All right.
this is Deadpool. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like DC with their new with their DC Absolute, which is DC's attempt to like the Ultimates universe,
Okay.
and
Yeah, yeah.
Batman is a dead broke blue collar worker in the Absolute universe. He's just gonna be ground and pound, no gadgets, no toys, no nothing.
I'm here for it.
I have to see this.
I'm here
Oh
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, hell yeah. A
yeah,
blue collar Batman? Yeah,
yeah.
I'm definitely here for that
Yeah.
shit.
Now that's the role Ben
And
Affleck was made to play.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Also, also speaking of Ultimates, Marvel is relaunching the Ultimates line. They're relaunching the Ultimates universe.
Nice.
Why?
Because they want
Why
to.
not?
Well,
Because,
no, because they really pretty much started integrating it into to the regular Marvel universe and
Yeah,
the first evidence of that was Nick Fury.
and Miles
Because
and yeah,
and Miles, but I mean Nick Fury was the
oh
first
yeah,
piece of evidence
but
right there. So
but there's
why relaunch it?
money, 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 money.
Yeah, we know why. We know why it launches, but it's like, are the quality of the stories going to
Well,
be
it's
yeah.
up to
it,
See,
par?
it gets
That's my big deal.
yeah, exactly. It gets back to you know the big problems with the comic book industry right now.
mm,
Had this conversation online with somebody. Okay, is that one, the publishers are completely embracing corporate um, philosophy. They are highly risk averse and they are all about maximizing profit for shareholder value.
yes.
So what that means is they're going to be preying on nostalgia. They're going to be preying on reboots. They're
Hmm.
preying on these event storylines like Krakoa era, and you know, it's all of this. There's not the creativity that there was in the Silver Age, and there can't be the create the market's just not there anymore. And that's the other thing, is that comics, while great, you know, go out and buy PC Comics, folks, wherever you can find them. Um, they're not selling like they were in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Well,
You
of
know,
course. I
yeah.
mean,
And
you know,
rather than rather than
that's neither
invest,
here nor there.
right, rather than invest in storytellers, they're Marvel and DC, the big two, they're focusing on writers and artists. I mean, they're focusing on dynamic artists, but they're focusing on writers who can successfully
Yeah.
reinvent older characters. So you've got that name recognition,
Yeah.
so that people will check it out, only to find out that, it's alright. It's not what I would like to see in there. You know, new Falcon. It's not Sam Wilson. It's not this. I don't really feel the connection to this guy. New Power Man. All this, all this stuff in there. And
Well,
so,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah. And
they want to recycle the names, but bring in new characters because they're afraid that if the new characters aren't going to hit without that name recognition.
there you
and then too, and then you got to think about this because I just really thought about that. You know, I honestly believe that sometimes new generation of characters can happen
go.
because you have to remember in the public domain, it's gonna be like it's like 10 years, like in about what 7 or 8 years, that that Superman is about to be in the public domain. You already seen, Willie Steamboat, the Willie Steamboat version of Mickey
Steamboat Willie
Mouse.
of Mickey Mouse.
You're
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
You've
Okay, and
seen.
then yeah, and then you got Superman coming into the fray in 2033.
Yeah.
Right.
This is going to be
Now,
very interesting too.
now here's the thing: is that it's only going to be the original um,
Oh yeah, we know.
Superman. So
Yeah,
no flight, no pushing planets out of orbit, none of that stuff. So
yeah,
we'll see how he
yeah.
hits.
Well, he didn't even fly.
Yeah,
The original
it's just
Superman
jump.
was leaping. He leaped an eighth of a mile.
Right. You could jump over the
Yep,
building, but yeah. All right.
yep.
So this will be the last subject to close us out. Last 5 minutes, real quick. Headline reads: MovieWeb.com. New HBO comedy is based on shocking real-life superhero movie horror stories. It's a new movie set to premiere. It's called The Franchise. It's an HBO comedy series. It's a merciless satire of Hollywood superhero blockbusters. But it turns out that the show is actually inspired by real stories from working on massive comic book movies.
Yep.
It stars Daniel Brohl, Jessica Hines, Billy Magnuson, Aya Cash, Jamish Patel, Lali Adefope, and more. It follows the director of a superhero movie who believes the studio are shooting the real film behind his back with all of his work destined to be scrapped. According to the show's
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
creator,
have to watch this.
according to the show's creator John Brown, this is loosely based on like some real shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I am not seeing a published date or when it's due to come out, but yeah, this looks like it's going to be interesting. It definitely looks like it's going to be interesting. The name of the show is The Franchise, so it's going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
it'll probably
yeah,
show up on the Max. Yeah,
So
yeah.
um, two thoughts.
yeah.
First of all, it's recently come out that a lot of the MCU,
Mm,
um, they're talking about production of some of these films where the producer would come in with up to 8 different scripts for the movie, and then the
Right.
writers' room would just do the William S. Burroughs cut up technique and mix and match the stuff that they liked in there to
from
move it
each
forward.
script.
So
Yeah,
it was not as planned out
yeah.
as it thought. Second, um, I'm not trying to diss this film or anything, but I'm going to watch the franchise. But check out Comic Book the Movie, made by Mark Hamill and starring Billy West and a whole slew of voice actors. You get to see these voice actors real in real time,
Okay.
talking about um, the revival of an old comic book that a newer publisher has purchased the IP rights to, and they're going to make a movie about.
Mhm.
Only they have to get the approval of the last descendant of the creator in order to go forward according to contract terms.
Wow.
So it's it's this great slapstick comedy in there. It's Mark and his voice acting buddies having, just absolute fun and riffing on the nascent comic book publishing comic book movie phenomenon and the hardcore reboots of the 90s and aughts of classic characters.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Sounds like an interesting premise. So,
Yeah.
all right. So that's going to take us through Pop Culture Corner. We'll come back. And you know what? I have a very interesting music story for us to talk a little bit about when we get
All right.
back. I'll throw it at you guys after the commercial break. And other than that, you guys see the websites down in the corner, 2K2network.com and firstgenxers.com. Check them out. Just a quick announcement for 2KK2. You can now listen to the replay of the most recent episode of KD5P. If you go to 2KK2network.com and check out the show page for KD5P, you'll see a little player. Press play and bam, you're listening to music. So you can find that over there basically by Sunday morning, the Sunday morning after I air the show on Live 365. And be sure to check out our Live 365 station, First Gen Xers Radio Network. We're all over the place, y'all. We're all over the place. So some of y'all may be watching us here today on YouTube. Some of you may be watching us on Twitch. Who knows? But we're everywhere. Blink your eyes and we'll be there too. This is the Cheap Pop Podcast right here on First Gen Xers on Twitch TV. And that takes us into commercial, B.
You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I've been real with this. Please don't judge me, I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose, camera, switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that banner.
We back at it. Yup, we still doing it.
Poetic beat.
First Gen Xers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the First Gen Xers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and
Get up in my zone, I'm clowning.
let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business.
I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this.
And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it.
It's the First Gen
We're now
Xers.
rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the First Gen Xers production.
It's the First
Get
Gen
your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah, come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. You can't find the love within yourself.
The personnel to man up and get after Patrick Mahomes. I think it's Brian Denny was his name, or whatever, came out and said like outright,
Pay the man. Please, just pay the man.
yeah,
You need him.
he just got paid. Hello, 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 hello again. Thank you for joining us here on the Cheap Pop
You got
Podcast.
issues, man.
That I do. If I didn't have full blown subscriptions, I wouldn't be able to do this. Anyways, so look, y'all, this is this interesting little story, and this I would love to get your take, gentlemen, on this story. So for those of you who haven't
Okay.
been living under a rock, the boys and now girl of Linkin Park have announced that the band is coming back with a new lead singer, a female lead singer, and will begin touring. And they just released a new single, etc. Now, the Bentonfield family. For those of you guys who don't know the history, Chester Benningfield was an amazing frontman for the band Linkin Park, and unfortunately, he chose to leave us. I'll just leave it at that. And at a very young age, and now it has now been his mother and his son have both spoken out against the band coming back at all, and also the female lead singer. Now I know that there's some things to this, like I guess evidently the rumors going that she's a Scientologist, she doesn't believe in mental health advocacy, so on and so forth, and being the way that unfortunately Chester left us, there's a lot of people who think it's uncool that they chose her to replace them, and then there's others that just think it's uncool that they chose to try to come back without Chester. So yeah, kick us off, Saint. I'm looking to hear your thoughts. You guys,
Okay,
I know what I
look.
feel.
Listen. We get bands that get prominent members, lead singers that get up, they either get up and leave or sometimes they pass away. Okay. You gotta eat. Okay. The rest of the band or what have you, I'm sorry, but you have to be able to eat.
Yes.
I'm understanding of this more than most because I've seen bands break up. I've seen bands like go their separate ways. I've seen people pass on affected by certain bands. Okay. My thing is this. You got to eat.
Yep.
You got to be able to support yourself. And I'm going to say that 100%. That I mean pure facts. Now, I understand it may be a newer direction. You might can change the name a little bit to honor that, that memory, but you can't bring the band back. People are still living. People still have that talent.
Yep.
People still want to get in there and still support their music because maybe that's just the one thing they don't want to do anything else.
Yep.
Hell, I know a couple of bands that want to just go ahead and do their music. As a matter of fact, shit, half of everybody is independent in the music industry are pretty much, working 9 to 5. Ain't nobody working a really super, super rich economy anymore like that unless they're A-listers or triple A-listers and shit like that.
S tier,
But
yeah.
no, man, it's man, it is what it is.
Yep. Dave, your
I mean,
thoughts?
that's facts.
Okay.
Boy,
So two examples.
thanks for the bits.
Yeah. Thank you for the bits. Yeah. Two examples. First off, Nirvana.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain decides to leave. Dave Grohl and Chris, oh, can't remember his last name. They decide not to get a new lead singer. They go on to make Foo Fighters.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That right there is primarily, thank you, sir. That is primarily the same thing. That's kind of like the Beatles,
Yeah.
Paul McCartney and Wings.
And actually, I'm going to make this three thoughts, not
Okay.
two thoughts. Second thought,
Okay.
Queen,
After
Freddie Mercury
Yeah.
passes away and left with that absolutely beautiful swan song, The Show Must Go On,
At the age show, yeah.
where he knew he was dying. Everyone could tell something was wrong with Freddie.
But he still went out there.
And Brian May was wondering if Freddie could even hit that final, hit the high notes.
Yeah.
And Freddie said, "Darling, I'll fucking kill it." And then took a couple swigs out of the fifth of vodka for the recording. But Queen,
Shout out to Remy Malik, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yeah.
He killed that performance. Anyway, go on.
took a couple decades off in there,
Yeah.
went their separate ways for a while, they wanted to come back together, and they've been able to do so pretty successfully with Adam Lambert and Roger Waters.
Well,
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones,
They're still touring.
they're still touring, yeah, on there.
well,
Journey.
I was just gonna say. I'll
Journey.
give you one. I'll give you one where Journey, like Steve Perry. Did Steve Perry die? I don't think Steve Perry.
No.
died. That's not
No,
that.
no,
He
no.
just
He-
retired
but he-
from being with the band, and they found
Yeah.
that dude in Korea, in South
Yeah.
Korea or whatever, that sounded exactly like him.
Steve Perry and Neil Sean had the
Oh,
going
okay.
on. Yeah.
But like,
not,
yeah.
not physical. Okay.
No, I know. Like
We're
they
not
were just
talking-
yeah.
we're
But
not we're not talking physical like Alice in Chains just happened, but no. But my third
Damn.
my third example. Oh yeah, Alice in Chains. Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro started throwing fists at each other live at a concert.
I know
Okay,
I love David
and-
Morrow.
And they walked off, and fans were like, "Okay, this sucks, but it's also kind of cool because I think we were just at the very last Alice in Chains concert."
No shit.
But my third example, Traveling Wilburys,
Yeah.
the supergroup that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Roy
Okay.
Orbison.
Roy Orbison passes away. Roy Orbison,
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty, George Harrison,
George Harrison.
yes, Bob Dylan.
Dylan is the only one that's left.
No, Bob Dylan and Jeff Lynne.
Okay, Jeff Lynne.
ELO. Yeah, those are the only two that are left. But when Roy Orbison passed away, they said, "You know what? We're not going to do it." I mean, they could have gotten, like, say, Chris Isaacs
Well-
to come in, and he would have just nailed Roy Orbison's vocal range. But
I'm gonna say
Go ahead.
this. Go ahead. Finish, Dave. So, I got
But
a second thoughts for
the way that that band came together is such a music industry legend,
you.
where George Harrison had Tom Petty over to help record for the Cloud Nine album, and they're just kind of messing around. They come in to do another session. Tom forgot his guitar and said, "Hey, I left it over at, you
So
know,
and so's house.
at Roy Orbison's house." And so went to Roy Orbison, and Roy's like, "What you all doing?" "Well, we're recording uh, for George's new album." And Roy Orbison joins in. He calls up Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's in, and they
Yeah.
call in Jeff Lynne. Jeff Lynne's in.
Yeah.
It's just
It's insane.
so insane.
Uh,
Um, but they decided just one and done. They're not going to try to. And the whole concept was that Traveling Wilburys were supposed to be this uh, folk rock family going through, and each one of them had their own, first name or their own Wilbury name
no.
in there. And so it wasn't like the concept wasn't allowing them to bring in new members and say,
Right.
hey, new members of the family join.
Yeah.
But they just, no,
Right.
or after Roy passed away, they just one and done.
And here's the thing. And here's the thing. There's two things on that. First, thank you guys for your input and the fact that yes, like
Yeah.
there have been a lot of groups that have made it. We kind of discussed both sides of it. There have been a lot of groups that have made the decision to disband after a certain band member dies, and then there have been other groups. I set this Linkin Park situation to the side with this. First and foremost, I found this out, that the band Linkin Park actually existed like before Chester. Like they didn't. I don't believe they put out an album, but they were together and playing gigs before they added Chester as their frontman. So that to me alone allows them any leeway that they may need to move on after he is gone and continue being a band, because the band was never him. It's not like he was the main dude who brought everybody together. Yes, his voice was unique, but it's amazing how many people think that Chester was Linkin Park because Mike moved on to go do Fort Minor for a little bit. He never stopped touring with Linkin Park, despite going to Fort Minor. Like, he still toured with Linkin Park. He just wasn't a part of their studio album thing, like the track that they did for the. He wasn't a part of the track that they did for the Transformers movie. And everybody thought that, oh, well, that meant it's Chester's band, but no, Mike was always still a part of the band. He was just off doing his thing with Fort Minor, and once they lost Chester, he came back. But I did have some. There was one comment that was made that I'm not going to say the person's name or whatever, give them that type of publicity, but I am going to mention this comment. There was a comment made by this woman in the article that I read where she said, "I never listened to Linkin Park for Mike. It was always Chester and his voice." And I said, "Well, yeah, okay. There are a lot of people out there who only, but to say." Or to in any way imply, which she does later on in the comment. I didn't go into her whole thing. I kind of paraphrased it. But she goes on to insinuate that basically Linkin Park would have never been as big as they were without Chester. As much as I agree that they would have still been a good band without Mike Shinoda, they do not have the crossover appeal that made them the mega stars that they are without Mike Shinoda.
Right.
Like, he was the hip hop head in that group. He was the dude that wrote all the raps, that had all the beats and all of that. And so without him, Linkin Park never gets out of the metal genre.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
It's like Fleetwood Mac
Yeah.
prior to Lindsey Buckingham and bringing his girlfriend Stevie along into the band, where it was always Mick Fleetwood and John McVie, and I can't remember the other guy who was the front man at the time, jamming down in L.A. Frontman leaves, and they get Lindsey, and Lindsey brings in Stevie Nicks, and the whole band is reinvented in that way. and they reached mega stardom.
Very much so. And so, like, yeah. So, needless to say, that was that. And as much as
Or
I was a
or uh, another example, pre Peter Cetera Chicago.
true.
They went from like uh, anybody know what time it is? Uh, 25 or 624.
Yeah.
They went from that to Glory of Love.
Yeah,
It's a
Peter
complete
Cetera.
changing of,
Yeah,
yeah, complete changing of the sound.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as drastic as Van Halen versus Van Hagar. When Diamond Dave left and Sammy came in, it was a slightly
you
different
know,
feel, but
you know what though? I'm gonna tell you though, there was one kind of like one dream like matchup together. They actually played together, but I think it was on the Today Show.
Mm,
But I think there might have been a tour, and we're talking about Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
yeah.
ooh,
That right there, and I mean, it was some of the most beautiful music you could ever fucking hear.
yeah.
Nice.
Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire together, just
Whew.
like the horns, the Chicago horns, the Earth, Wind, and Fire horns. Like man, it was just really beautiful music. If anybody finds that, you can look that up. I think it might be on YouTube, but that is like, ah, I
Hmm.
love the hell out of that. I
All right,
love that
gentlemen.
kind of good
Yeah.
music.
In the vein of just hilarity, not hilarity, but insanity. I saw an announcement that Metallica is going back on the road for a new tour in 2025, and they're bringing with them Limp Bizkit. I forgot who the other band is. It's another band from around that same genre. Why does Fred Durst look
Excuse,
way too
excuse me,
old to be doing this
excuse me,
shit?
excuse me,
What?
excuse me, because I'm getting ready to laugh hilariously.
Uh, uh,
What the entire fuck?
Yeah.
Fred Durst looks older than I am, and he's younger than me. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I
Let
would
it
pay to
go,
see I would
son.
pay to see
Let it go.
Metallica, but you'd have to pay me to see Fred Durst. No
Yeah.
offense to Fred, like bro, you had your heyday.
No,
Just
no,
go
no.
away.
Full
Mark
attention to
McGrath learned
Fred.
that you
No,
should too.
listen, listen. The only time to me when he was relevant was during the Attitude Era and the Undertaker's theme song for
Rolling,
just a minute.
rolling.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's come on, y'all. Let's
Yeah.
look, America. Look, we can't be bamboozled by this.
Okay.
Yes, because I am very well about, we're talking about Metallica. We're talking about a Bay Area staple.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
We're all, all of us are from here, but we just can't get down with Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
I can't, I
No.
guess maybe it's money, or maybe they need a fucking revival tour or something like that. But no, I'm cool on Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
I,
I'm
I, I
sorry.
I think that the only reason
No.
why I think the only reason why Limp Bizkit got the opening gig for Metallica is because they were the only ones that would agree to whatever James Hetfield wanted.
Damn.
No questions asked. They will separate out the brown M&Ms themselves.
Do
Uh-uh.
you remember that? Do you remember that song? Limp Bizkit is about as relevant as you remember that song. What was the name of that song? What was it? They were called Crazy Town or something like that. You remember
Oh,
that track?
Butterfly.
my lady, come,
Yeah.
yeah, butterfly, yeah.
Yeah. But
So
Limp Bizkit
Woo,
would be
Lord have mercy.
more appropriate opening up for Kid Rock.
yes, yes,
That
yeah.
now that is a better match.
Even though Kid
I
Rock
still
shouldn't have a
wouldn't go
career
see him.
anymore, like he's just
Yeah,
faded.
exactly.
But
Bob Ritchie should not, yeah, Bob Ritchie is a fake red man.
yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like I enjoyed his music when it first came out, but it seemed like in the first couple of albums, but it seemed like the more we get to know him, the less I like his music. And,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm very good at compartmentalizing. Like so, you got to go
Oh, yeah.
overboard in order for me to, in order for me to be like, nah, dude, I can't even fuck with your shit no more.
Yeah,
Like
Nashville doesn't even like him anymore. I think his restaurant there is really starting to suffer.
yeah,
Suffer.
burn.
Yeah, but yeah, no. What I would love to see from Metallica, I mean, and not being on, well, I mean, we actually just talked about it today. Metallica with body count.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I would pay to see that because and I will tell you that Ice-T is really his presence is very commanding when it's on when he's on stage.
Yep.
I attended a this was a hip hop festival. This was back in like it was the Art of Hip Hop. Um 2015, 2016. It was Curtis Blow was there. You had Richie Rich, you had
E40.
quite a few, but Ice-T was on stage.
Right.
And it was like it was really fantastic. And the thing about it is that hell yeah, I would pay to see Metallica, Ice-T with body count,
And Megadeth.
and no,
I would,
I give you System of a Down.
System of a Down.
Give you
Yeah.
System of
I wouldn't go full Megadeth. I would pay for a Metallica with Dave Mustaine.
Yeah, just that version
Sure.
of Metallica. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
doubt you
can't
could get that. Like Mustaine hates.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like
Well,
yeah, I doubt you could even get
yeah.
him on the same concert, let alone on the same stage.
Yeah, because Mustaine is he's tired of being the Pete Best of heavy metal.
Fair enough.
I mean, he's been great with Megadeth,
Yeah, yeah.
and they've got fantastic catalog.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Okay. Hold on. You know what though? Dave, and I have a question because undoubtedly, let me ask you, Seth,
yeah,
who, in your opinion, is the father of metal?
I know the answer to this. I
Elvis.
know it's no. I know. I mean, I put Cliff Burton up there, but I can't remember the other guy offhand. I I'm a casual metalhead. I'm not diehard. Know everything. Know everyone. But yeah, I know that it's black. I know he's black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good answer.
No, you want to hear something funny? Because I didn't have MTV when I was growing up. So, Living Color, the band Living Color.
Hey.
Yes.
Look in my.
I did not realize that they were black until I saw them opening. What was that, WrestleMania?
Where they did CM Punk's entrance.
Yeah,
I believe it
yeah.
was like
Yeah.
21
Yeah,
or
dude.
22.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
that-
first time
that-
I ever saw them live. And I'm like, whoa.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Did you
well,
watch Headbangers Ball? Like
No.
TRL when Cult of Personality was hot?
I never had.
Oh yeah, you never had MVTV. Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's that band. That's bro. Like bro, that was like, and I hate to, I
I had
hate to
seen their
say it,
video
like
like by the time that performance, I had
people,
seen their video 50
yeah,
million times on
the
MTV.
headbang, but
Like,
yeah, but the head, but I remember that Headbangers Ball, bro, and
oh,
it's
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
specifically like the folks in MTV, and I can see, the audience like,
wow,
Yeah.
they rock.
Okay. Dave ex- Dave exposes his whiteness part two. Because I didn't have MTV
uh,
for years, just listening to the sounds, to the top 40 radio for years, I thought Rick Astley was black
oh, I can see that.
because he's got that soul sound to him
Now,
in his
I'm
voice.
I'm gonna
and
bring
you know
you.
what?
Hold on, I'm about to bring you the biggest bait and switch ever known to man. His name is Bobby
Mhm.
Caldwell. Bobby Caldwell had no business being
Name
as
is
white as he
familiar, yeah.
was
Yeah.
for as black as he sounded. All right,
The name is familiar. I can't
all
place
right.
any songs of it. Yeah.
What you won't do, do for love. Like,
Okay.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. Wait a minute. Hold on, hold on,
did I
hold
get
on.
that one wrong?
Let me. No, 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 no. I give you the biggest, and I'll tell you this. To me, the biggest bait and switch was a song from the 1984 movie soundtrack, Streets of Fire.
Mm,
This white boy named Dan Hartman. When we saw the movie, okay, the guy played, I can't remember the actor, but he was black,
yeah.
okay, and he mimicked that particular song. When I saw the video
Uh-huh.
and I looked at who, I was like, what? Wait, what? This was 1984. It is called "I Can Dream About You."
I can dream
I
about you.
can
Yeah.
dream. I know that song. Yeah.
That to me was a big, big, super big beta switch, because see, the thing is, and for some of us out there that already knew, Tom Caldwell, I mean,
Bobby Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell was not the real big bait and switch.
Yeah.
Maybe Boz Scaggs was good. I know that even sometimes, even with Michael McDonald,
Yeah.
because that was
I can.
kind of
That
like
man
the
has some
big,
soul.
that was the
Yeah.
big thing with
That
all of
that
these,
is.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah, he's still,
I give a little
and
nod
I mean,
to
he's
Michael
he's
Bolton.
still,
Like,
and I mean, he's
Yeah.
still at it.
yeah. Uh, like,
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
well, yeah,
hey. When his
yeah,
version of when a man loves a woman
no,
is pretty damn
Mhm.
dope, man. Like he's got
no.
some feeling and some heart in
Yeah,
it.
no, no, yeah, yeah. See, yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, and no disrespect,
I
Michael
didn't say I
Bolt,
thought he
but
was black.
I'm
I just
sorry,
said that
Percy
he's got some
Sledge will
soul in him.
always.
You know.
No, 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 no. You guys, no, 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 no. But see, you got to understand. No, and even he might have couldn't got there, but I don't think like, I can honestly say there are certain songs that people should not touch. I think that there should be a law against certain songs that cannot be touched, because when a man when a man loves a woman,
I don't know. I like
Percy
this record.
Sledge,
Yeah, he
that
killed it.
Yep.
right there, that was the epitome. That was like,
Yep.
you
And
you
and
can't you
I
can't
thought
touch
Michael
that.
Bolton did it justice. In my personal
Yeah.
opinion, Bolton did it justice.
Yeah.
He didn't have
Mhm.
he wasn't ever gonna match it,
Yeah.
but he did it
Oh, no, no, I
justice.
didn't say
Yeah.
no, I didn't say he was
Yeah.
going to his match, but I
But
mean, you could say he casually did it justice,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
the only other artist, and he has done tremendous amounts of covers. The only other artist that killed
Hell is Juwan
original
Jones?
tracks was the immortal Luther Vandross,
Oh yeah.
because half of the songs that he covered for killed. I
Mhm.
mean, it killed it. And Superstar, and listen, Superstar by the Carpenters. I love y'all. I love y'all version. But I promise you, Luther Vandross,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
he killed it.
And
Don't
He killed
you
it.
remember
Go
you
on, Dave.
went?
and
No, I
no,
ain't trying to sing that
and
shit, but you already know.
Yeah.
You
and
already know.
and let's not forget Whitney with "I Will Always Love You."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Whitney.
know a lot of people that
Yeah,
don't like her version,
Hmm.
but from what I heard, Dolly loved her version.
Yeah,
So
Dolly
yeah,
publicly said that, even before Whitney passed away, Dolly said, "It ain't my song no more.
yeah,
It's Whitney's."
it's Whitney's. Yep, she owned that.
yeah,
She hit notes that
yeah. And she owned the greatest love of all
yeah, she did.
because George Benson originally did that track.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
that was another. I just think there's just certain songs that you can't touch, and if you remake them, then you better come correct. You got to be on that Luther Vandross caliber
there's
because
only a
when you
few
do
people.
that,
Go ahead. Go ahead. When you do
no,
that,
well, I was gonna say no, huh?
I was gonna say when you
There's
do
only a
that.
few
Yeah.
what now?
No, there's
Yeah,
only a few
yeah,
people that, to me, I feel okay with doing remakes. And like we haven't talked about him much. I talked about him a little bit earlier in the opening segment. But Wyclef Jean is one of those guys that when he does a remix or a remake of something, he does it with care. Like he definitely does it with care and with forethought to the original. And I think that if you can do that when you're remaking or remixing something, like I'll say this. A cover of a song, of a really good song that was it was good, it was popular, but I don't necessarily think it I can say that it did okay with doing justice to the original, but they were never going to match the original, just like we talked about earlier. And that is
right.
Alien Ant Farm with their
Alien Ant Farm,
with their cover of Smooth Criminal.
yeah,
Yeah,
because they did it so differently.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll
Like
give you that one
like that was one where I
because
was
that
like,
shit was
okay,
hard.
yeah, it was, it truly was.
When we get offline,
Yeah.
do a search on YouTube. Hold on a second. I want to make sure I've got the name of the band right.
Are you talking about Postmodern Jukebox?
Yeah. No,
Oh.
no. Dynamite Hack.
Dynamite
Covering,
Hack?
covering Boys in the Hood.
Nice. All right. I'll check it out.
What? Okay, yeah,
all right.
yeah, well, yeah,
You were
yeah.
either going to be fuming or you were going to be laughing.
For those of you who don't know who I'm talking about with Postmodern Jukebox, they do like
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of trippy covers of different songs. Like they do
Right.
like a 60s version of Michael Jackson's Beat It or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I
yeah.
see. You know what? I saw it. I saw that shit.
Yeah,
I saw that. The
I
Boys
did
in the Hood.
I did a KD5P with them as my main artist. It was my last
Yeah.
one on Spreaker.
Yeah, they are fantastic. Um, and they don't just cover the popular songs, and the modern songs.
Yeah.
They did a cover of the Pinky and the Brain theme song with
Nice.
with the female singer doing it like 30s torch singing style.
Nice. I have to look for that.
It is fantastic with Rob Paulson and Maurice LaMarche in the background, pending bar,
Right.
Oh my
and
goodness.
doing a little Pinky in the Brain. Yeah,
Brain.
Yeah.
That is a Gen X and Zennial.
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
All right. So that'll wrap us up. Like we're just gonna go on ahead and skip SmackDown Alley for this week. Like wasn't much going on
What?
with wrestling. Yeah. We're gonna
Yeah,
like it. We had
yeah.
some good conversation there going, so I didn't want to put a stop to our momentum there. So what we're gonna do is skip completely past SmackDown Alley to the unfortunateness of The Rock, and we're gonna go directly to
The final.
the final battle. gentlemen, I have a new segment that I'm bringing to the gaming corner, and that is my favorite Twitch moment.
Okay.
I'm going to kick us off, and basically, what my favorite Twitch moment is going to be is that each of us are going to express a moment that we had while playing a game this week. That was just kind of our favorite moment. I will tell you this.
Okay.
My favorite moment from this week was playing NCAA Football 25. Y'all remember what I said last week about NCAA? Yeah, fuck varsity too. So I go into
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
I go into playing the Michigan Wolverines, or no, the Ohio State Buckeyes with my Northwestern on my road to glory. My favorite moment was when I threw, I believe it was my fourth pick of the game, and I can't repeat for fear of children's ears exactly what I said, but I'm pretty sure
We
if you go
heard it,
back
though.
and watch that one, y'all hear it.
No, we heard it.
Yeah.
We heard it live. I lurk in the background, bro, and I'm like, man, I had to turn that shit off, bro. That was
and
yeah,
I
you were
will
kind of
add,
brutal.
and I will add to that by saying this last week on Friday while playing some NCAA football, I took the one controller that I had that had the drift issue. I hit it on the side a couple of times, and I dropped that fucker on the floor from my forehead. Needless to say, I broke that controller. So now I definitely need
Wait
to
a
go
minute,
buy a
hold
new
on. Did you
controller.
do a rate? Wait, wait. Did you do a rage quit,
No, I
sir?
didn't quit. I didn't quit. I just dropped the controller to see if I could get it to jar it and stop doing the damn drift. And it ended up breaking my lower stick, and now the controller is useless. But luckily, this brain, this medium-sized brain, remembered that somebody had told him that you could use Xbox One controllers with your Xbox Series S. And I ran back to my daughter's room and said, I'm taking this, and took one of her Xbox One controllers and brought it out and hooked it up. So now I have a good controller until a couple
Oh,
weeks
the
from now when I buy
fuckery, bro.
myself another
Yeah.
controller for my Xbox Series S. So that was
Dude,
my
that's
favorite gaming
fuckery.
moment. So
That's that's fuckery. I feel bad for
uh,
Baby, I'm commandeering your Xbox controller.
yeah.
well, she has two of them. She has two of them. So I just took
Oh,
two.
yeah.
I took the extra one. Oh man. But yes. So
Okay.
who's up next? Who's gonna take a moment? Next?
Okay. Dave.
Okay. I would have to say, because I've I've been all about Starfield this past week as I'm trying to sprint through the current universe to start Shattered Space on the 30th with a clean new game plus playthrough at the very beginning. Um, but if you've watched my past Starfield run-throughs, you know that there's one mission that always just causes me problems, and it's searching for the first. Hey, Rio Boss 12, how's it going? It's part of the Three-Star Ranger quest line
Mhm.
where you're going inside an abandoned asteroid mining facility that's got robots and lasers and critters wandering around, and it's so easy to get lost in the crystal maze. And it usually takes me like 2 hours to go through. I finished that. I found the shortcut to
Nice.
going through it, and I got through that in like a half hour last night. I'm like,
Sweet.
hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm good with that. So that Retain that knowledge, brain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yourself,
Okay.
Saint, what is your
Let's
my
see.
favorite Twitch moment?
My favorite Twitch moment was actually yesterday. So I decided to go on ahead and start playing the DLC with on WWE. I did a match with Post Malone against Muhammad Ali, beat his ass.
Ah, what? Oh,
Then
he
I
beat Post
did, yeah,
Malone ass, please.
yeah. Oh,
Post
yeah. Oh,
Malone
yeah.
versus
I beat him
Muhammad
dirt. Yeah,
Ali
you can watch it.
in
You can
WWE
watch the
2K.
stream.
Uh,
Yeah. Um. Then I did. I forgot who I did the tag team. I forgot the tag team match, but the match that I was most proud of was the one that I did with fucking Jade Cargill against Bianca Belair in a motherfucking ambulance match. Yes, it was worth it.
nice.
It was definitely worth it. And then I did one with Carlito. I did my own character, and I had CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell match. And
Nice.
man,
Hey, that's about to happen in a couple of weeks.
insane.
That's about to happen
Yeah, I
like
know,
next
right?
weekend. Him and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
real
I'm
quick.
with it. I'm with all the fuckery,
Oh
all
yeah.
of it.
Real quick, funny story I heard was that Drew McIntyre talking about getting the role in Dave Bautista's most recent movie, the Killing
Mm-hmm.
Day or whatever. He
Yes.
said that he made a quote where he said he said that they asked Batista if he knew a dude with a Scottish accent that was kick ass, huge, and could fight.
Yeah.
And well, Drew McIntyre came
No.
to mind.
No. The story is that they wanted Batista.
Oh yeah, we're gonna watch Bad Blood, sure.
They asked Batista if he could do a Scottish accent because they wanted the character to be big Scottish and look like he can just kick your ass without effort.
Yeah.
And Batista says, "I already know that dude,"
yes.
and got in touch with Drew.
Nice, nice. And yes, Rio Boss, we are definitely. I know myself and Saint will be watching the Bad Blood pay per view 100%. Like, yeah, Cody, Roman, like that segment on SmackDown this week, man. Don't even get me started. Like we skipped SmackDown.
That
Alley,
shit
but
was
yeah.
man. That shit was listen. Them meeting in the middle of the field. He was like, "Yeah, this is my field." He was like, "But this is my home." Like,
Yeah, bro.
man, get the fuck out of here, bro. That
Beautiful.
shit was man. That shit was wild.
So
That shit was wild.
but yeah, we will be watching that. But yeah, man. And so what else was I gonna say? So yeah, so just to update you guys, yeah, like I have not unfortunately had a chance to play WWE 2K24. Quick little backstory: for about 4 years, 4 to 5 years, I received a free copy of WWE 2K every year because I worked on 2K20 with Visual Concepts with their audio department. I did some side work for them. And so I got a copy of 20, I got a copy of 21, I got a copy of 22, but I did not get a copy of 23. I had to buy that one, and now I'm having to buy 24. But yeah, so now I just haven't had a chance to buy it yet because they still want $60 and the game came out damn near a year ago. Like they're about to put out 2K25 and they still want $60 for 24.
Well, there's still. Well, I will tell you this. There's still a. There's still one more pack
Yeah.
left
on,
of
20.
DLC. This is the one that I really want to start making some good ones for because this is the WCW pack,
Nice.
and I've been waiting to get Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bang.
yeah, that's that's gonna be a good one. But this is the last one. I just love this pack though because you got Carlito,
Yeah.
you got Jay Cargill, you got Nia Jax, and man, that was a bad match because
I
I did
still
Nia Jax and Jay Cargill, and Jay Cargill won the belt.
I'm
Like
going
this
to
bitch.
I'm going to say this. I take issue with this kind of DLC. I don't take issue with like the Pat McAfee, the ECW guys. Like I don't take issue with those. This one I take issue with. That should just be a roster update. Like getting Jade
What?
Cargill and Nia Jax, that should just be a roster update. You shouldn't have to be paying extra money to buy them as a DLC pack. That should just be a
Well,
roster update because they are actually current WWE superstars. Your
okay.
roster on the game should always be whatever their roster is now, and then they give you special people in DLC packs. But your
Well,
roster should
actually,
always update as they bring people up to the main roster and as they sign people and debut them. Your roster should just update. That's the one
it
thing I don't
should,
like
but
about
here,
the WWE 2K franchise.
but see, here's the one thing, and I can tell you this because, like, sometimes
Me
with these
too. WCW is
contracts,
pretty tight. Yeah.
with these contracts and so forth, because like right now, um, Jacqueline is just signed a Legends contract, so I think they're going to put her in 2K25.
Yeah.
But some of these games, like, we didn't know, because you got to remember, we didn't know if Jade Cargill was going to be 100%,
Okay,
you know,
but you kind
updated.
of
I mean,
but you're kind of missing what I'm saying. Basically, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be in the game or that I don't understand that like the roster differs. Normally, the roster you get when the game drops is the last most recent roster. And I get that, but if they're going to add the new additions that came after the game was released, they should come in roster updates, not in DLCs, meaning you shouldn't have to pay for them. If you want to say, yeah, we're going to wait until after Nia's been on TV for like 6 months before we put her in the game. Okay, well then 6 months after she's been put on TV, the game gets a roster update and bam, now you can play with Nia Jax. It shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to go out and spend an extra $10 to get somebody who's currently on the WWE roster. Why? Because the game's roster should be updated to match once a month to match whatever the current roster is. And so
no,
and
and I
so
get
yeah.
that. I get
Yeah,
that.
and so
I
like and
get
so
that.
like I get that yeah, it's nice to have those extra characters, but I don't believe you should have to pay for them. Like I said, Rob Van Dam, that's a character you should have to pay for. In the ECW pack. Paul Heyman, no. Paul Heyman should just be on the game because he's actually currently on a rostered person on the WWE. You shouldn't have to get him in an extra pack. But Kevin Nash, yeah, extra pack. Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, NWO, like extra pack. I get that. Pay the $10. Cool. But everybody who's currently rostered within WWE, that should just be a roster update, and you shouldn't have to pay extra money for it. And that's where, like I say, that goes back to my hatred of the fact that they don't give us a full game in the first place. And you get like three-quarters of a game, and then they give you the rest of it in DLC. Like that goes back to my issue with that. Go on, Dave. You look like you want to say something real quick.
We're back from the day with WWF wrestling on Nintendo, where it's like the cartridge is the cartridge.
Right.
You ain't getting no more than that.
Ain't no DLC.
I don't, I don't care who, gets hot in the next 2 or 3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
This is all you've got. Enjoy.
Yeah. You can stick that cartridge in the game now and still have the same exact roster that you had when you loaded it all them years ago. For sure. I'm feeling you on that. But 100%, man. Like video games today, I love them. What's up, Saint?
Because look, at the end of the day, and because hey, listen, I remember I had to play WWE, WrestleMania LJN with the Super Nintendo, and then the following year WWE Raw came out, and then you had Luna Vachon as the first female wrestler in the in the game, and then you had a couple of more cartridges after that shit.
No shit.
Trust and believe me. Oh, we just got the follower goal. Oh, wow. We just got a gold net.
Nice.
Somebody just
All
followed.
right.
All right. Yo, they appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you.
For sure.
That's what's cracking.
All right. So we are at that moment, fellas. That critical moment in the show. I still got to go put together a little intro for this, but this is our final segment of the show. And that segment is Where Can We Find You Next? Because I know all the people that are listening and watching the show right now. They're like, yo, dude, yo, y'all are cool. Y'all's the bit, y'all the.
Hold on. Wait a minute, check it out. Bihalan Supai.
Balin
Oh
Supai.
wow. Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Cut.
Well, we definitely appreciate you
Thank
tapping
you.
in.
For
It's
sure.
a great show. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Oh,
Thank you.
and Cod the Don. Yeah,
Yo, yo,
okay, that's
yo.
what's up.
What's up? What's up? All
Thank you,
right.
folks.
Hey, that's what's good.
So,
All right, so
Saint, kick us off. Brother, where can we find you next?
all right, so everybody knows it's the well, I'm not late shift for me, but mostly for the West Coast. And of course, we are tapping in with NVT Deuce. I'm going to be talking a little more about the competition that's coming up, here to the street. Definitely, we got some new music that we're going to be tapping into, and some other stuff. Hey, B More, what's
What's up, B
good?
More?
Maybe
Yo,
more.
she is definitely VIP up in this piece.
Yep,
And
yep.
yeah, and and also too, I want to just say something to everybody out there. We've really been building up. We are finally going to be working on getting a mod and so forth, because we got to start trying to keep up with this shit, because I'm having a hard time trying to get this stuff done. But definitely want to make sure we give you guys proper due diligence. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. There's going to be a lot of big changes jumping off right here on First Gen Xers. But tonight, whenever, I guess 10:45, close to 11 o'clock, will be MBT Deuce. And hell yeah, that's what's good.
That's
All right.
Holla
11
holla.
o'clock. That's
Mr.
11
Runescroll.
o'clock Eastern, right?
Huh?
That's 11
Yeah,
o'clock
yeah,
Eastern.
yeah.
Yeah,
11
yeah.
o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
11
Sure.
o'clock Eastern, or 10:45, 7:45 Pacific, 8 11 o'clock, 8 o'clock Pacific.
All right. And
Okay.
RuneScribe,
Y'all
where can we
already
find
know.
you next, sir?
I will be back on night shift tonight, starting midnight Pacific time. I'm still trying to grind my way through this Universal Play NG Plus of Starfield before Shattered Space, the major DLC expansion, hits on the 30th. So
Ooh,
I want to make sure I get that going through, and I want to start Shattered Space with whole new, brand new universe to go into.
There you go. All right.
right,
Dave doing big
right.
things. Big things. All right. And me, it's kind of twofold where you can find me, because you can find me up next on Broadcast Sundays right here on First Gen X's Twitch TV with the one and only Concrete Rose, Miss O'Malley. And we are going to be talking about NFL Week 3, and yeah, and I'm gonna be talking to her about a comment I saw on Facebook that just made me laugh. So like y'all got to join us for that. It's gonna be hilarious. But we're gonna be talking NFL Week 3, 49ers, Rams, Thursday night football with the Jets and the Patriots, all the fun stuff. You can catch me there, and then you can catch me next gaming tomorrow night with Football Mondays, where I'm going to play a little NCAA football 25, and also some Madden 24 while we're waiting to get 25. So be sure to join me then, Dark Lord 100, Double KK Double, and you can catch this show on replay on audio on the First Gen Xers Radio Network Live 365 on Tuesdays at 12:45, and you can catch it on replay on YouTube, Twitch, and or Double KK Double Network YouTube. You can catch us on Twitch, and Bobby Boucher Foosball. Yes, exactly. And you can also catch us over at that website you see right there, 2kk2network.com. You can find it on the show page, Cheap Pop Podcast. All right, y'all. So that's been it for us. I hope you have truly enjoyed this ride, because I know we've been enjoying it with you.
All right,
Saint,
and
any
we're going to
last
do a
words?
raid. No, we're going to get this raid. We're going to get a raid running.
All right.
All right.
All right, I'll
See
see
you
y'all
later.
soon.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.